This is Larry Henares making your day with the first part of an article written by Farid Zakaria entitled U.S. Gun Control. In the United States, there were many massacres. Newtown, 27 people lost their lives, 20 of them young children. Charleston, a community reeling after the massacre of 9 people in a church. San Bernardino, 14 dead and 22 seriously wounded. 2 suspects dead after the worst mass shooting. Now, Orlando, the worst mass shooting in U.S. history and worst terror attack in this country since 9/11. A 29-year-old security guard killed 49 people and wounded 53. These horrific events have, in some ways, come to define the United States. Every day in 2014, 92 people were killed with a gun on the average. In total, there were almost 11,000 gun murders, more than 21,000 gun suicides, and over 81,000 non-fatal gun injuries that year. Compared to other rich countries, U.S. gun violence is on another planet. In 2011, the United States had over 400,000 people gunned down, 7 times as many as Canada, 50 times as many as Germany, 60 times as many as the United Kingdom. So, can Americans learn something from other countries on this crucial issue of keeping its citizens safe? This hour, we're going to travel the world to look for solutions. We will visit a country that shares America's love for guns, yet gun violence rates there are a fraction of American levels. We will visit another nation where liberals and conservatives actually reach an agreement on gun control. And afterwards, shootings plummeted. But first, let's visit a country where the people are obsessed with violent video games. Is gun violence a big problem there? Well, let's find out. In the weeks following the Newtown massacre, a clearer picture of the shooter, Adam Lanza, began to emerge. Alienated and alone, he played military video games in his basement for hours on end, according to the reports. With access to a small arsenal, he turned video game fantasies into reality, leaving 26 dead at Sandy Hook. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with the first part of an article written by Farid Zakaria entitled U.S. Gun Control. And we continue to quote. So in our search for global lessons on guns, we wanted to find a country that could teach us about gaming and gun violence. We decided to visit Japan because few nations on earth have more avid gamers than the land of the rising sun. The Japanese play many of the same violent video games that we do. In 2015, gaming revenue in Japan was over $12 billion, behind only the United States and China. But there's another factor considered here when it comes to gun violence. Japan has some of the strictest gun laws in the world. The basic premise of those laws: if you want to own a gun, good luck. Japan's firearm and swords control law states no person shall possess a firearm, before listing a few narrow exceptions for hunters and other categories. For the brave few still willing to apply for one, they face an intricately designed bureaucratic obstacle course. Just ask Rick Saka, a former U.S. Marine who was living in Mount Fuji when we met him in 2013. He told us he was one of only a handful of foreigners in Japan to legally own a gun. Back in his house, he showed us the binders full of paperwork he had to deal with over the years. They were a bit overwhelming, even to explain. Saka took over 20 hours of lectures, a written test, a shooting range class, and he passed a criminal background check. A doctor gave him a full physical and psychological exam. He also visited the police station more than 5 times, where he was interviewed in an interrogation room. Are you having any problems with alcohol? Are you having any problems with drugs? Are you having problems with relationships, family, work, money? The police also questioned Saka's family, his co-workers, even his neighbors. And to top it off, he had to give them a detailed map of his home to produce a floor map of where your firearm will be stored in your home. It is a kind of unusual, and photos that actually detailed all the locks that we have to have in there and show that it is done properly. It took Saka over a year to get approved, and he must renew his various licenses regularly. The intrusion that occurs with this process regularly would never, ever be tolerated in the United States. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.